So where do these stories come from? Before I sort of have some conclusions that don't really conclude anything, I'm going to tell you one way Men in Black stories start. They start with people thinking they're going to get shut up, and then assuming they're being shut up. Because I'm a man in black. I am a man in black. In 1996, and this connects with Greg's thing, in my hometown in northeast Indiana, there was a crop circle one day in a wheat field near my house. And my friend Doug, who's right there, and me, I belong to a largely, I think, fake UFO organization, not unlike the IFSB. We would get assignments to investigate saucer crashes. It was run by a guy named Randolph out in Washington. It disappeared without a trace about 20 years ago, or 15 years ago. We're like, we're going to go investigate a crop circle. Well, how do you do that? Well, you dress like a crop circle investigator. How do you do that? Well, for me, I put on like a suit and a tweed jacket when it was 98 degrees outside because, well, I need to look professorial, so I'll put on this heavy coat. Doug dressed in black with a raincoat. And he built, I don't know if you can see this, he's holding a device. It's made from some household equipment duct taped together, and he called it the paranormal energy detector. And we went to this crop circle, and there were people there. And I'm not proud of this, I'm a little proud of this. What we did was, Doug looked through the scope, there was a scope, of the paranormal energy detector, walked along the edge of the road by the field, called out numbers. I quietly repeated the numbers into a microphone, like on a tape recorder, and people stared at us. And eventually people disappeared, and an old guy, rode up on a four-wheeler, on an ATV, and he says, "What are you guys doing?" And I said, "Well, we're checking out the crop circle. We're investigators with the UFO Investigation Agency." And then I had to admit, I forgot my wallet at home, so I don't have my ID, which sounds really legit. And he says, "Okay, you know how they're saying that people made this because they found a cigarette in it in the middle of the crop circle?" And I said, "Oh yeah, we've heard that." I hadn't heard that. I had no idea. He said, "That was my cigarette. I found this thing at 4 in the morning before anybody knew about it. No human made this." Then he said again, "That was my cigarette. I got a stack of magazines at home this high about the crop circles. I know all about them. I know all about you guys too." We're like, "Oh hell. You do, sir?" It's like, "Yeah. You're going to tell me not to talk about this, aren't you?" But no, we're basically two morons just messing with people. We have no idea about anything. "Yeah, right." I said, "No, seriously, sir, we have no official standing whatsoever, and we are just a couple of kids who are home on break from college and are bored. Very, very bored." "Yeah, right." He drives off. And then a bus with some lady who said she took a college class on crop circles volunteered to take the paranormal energy detector into the circle to get readings for us. We declined, since it was not real. And I think Doug told her that it's a prototype from headquarters. We're not even sure if it works. So I just imagine that this guy in the ATV, for the rest of his life, told stories about the time he saw a crop circle and two young guys wearing clothes that no normal person would be wearing in that weather appeared with a strange device and didn't tell him not to talk about the crop circle, but didn't tell him to talk about the crop circle. And he knows what that's about. And thinking about it, I was dressed like it should be, November. I'm out there in July. That's a stupidly Men in Black thing to do. These are strange stories about strange people, and including me. And so what's the lesson here?